What's up guys, welcome back to another watch list video. Just a reminder to everyone, the stock market is closed for Labor Day Monday. Before we get into the watch list, as always, let's see how we did this past week with the stocks we called out. We were 4 for 5 on accuracy, obviously 2 big red days to end the week, but fortunately the stocks we called out weren't as affected by the correction, so that was definitely good to see. It was mostly tech that was affected, but as you can see from the SPY, the market's been gradually going up for 6 months now. And even with these 2 big red days, we're still up quite a bit. So let's start with the first. We called out JP Morgan. For those of you who are new to this channel, thank you for joining. We call out stocks on our watch list every week, and we look at the closing price for the week prior and judge it if our call out was considered a success or not, depending on how much of a move it made up the week after. And with JP Morgan, the closing price was 102.77, and it made a high of 105.21. And I honestly believe we could have seen even a higher move if it wasn't for the correction, but I picked this stock this past week because it wasn't as extended as some of the other major tech stocks were, and that paid off because JP Morgan didn't sell off as much as the others. Next stock on our watch list was Citigroup. Not as good as JP Morgan. This was almost a break-even trade, but there was enough range there to make a profit if you were quick enough. The closing price was $52.28 and it made a high of $53.64. Next stock on our recap is ticker symbol RTX. It had a closing price of $62.24 and it made a high of $63.57, but it obviously didn't quite hold up and got rejected by this 20 EMA and came down below $60. So definitely could have done a better job with that one. Next stock was COMM, C-O-M-M. Although this ended red, it had a closing price of $10.45 and it made a high of almost $11. So about a 50-cent move right there, and that's not bad for a stock of this size. The last stock was our most successful trade, and that was Ross Stores. It had a closing price of $93.83 and it made a high of $95.64. Again, really think this could have pushed higher if it wasn't for the market sell-offs on Thursday and Friday. As far as the bonus stocks we called out, CFG had a closing price of $26.29 and it made a high of $28.03. And TFC had a closing price of $39.59 and it made a high of $41.04. But either way, let's try to do even better for this week. Here are 5 stocks on the watch list, beginning with ticker symbol RLJ. So this is a weekly chart for RLJ. I like the fact that this past week's weekly candlestick closed above the 20 EMA, and we also have a reversal signal that went off a couple of weeks ago. So I could see a rally this upcoming week. Hopefully we can get the stock to the high of this candlestick right here, which would put it around 1050. So that's definitely one stock I'd watch. Let's switch over to the daily chart. So the daily chart doesn't look that bad either. It's almost as good as the weekly chart. Again, a reversal signal not too long ago, and we did end on Friday with a bullish candlestick, even though most of the markets were selling off. So let's see if we can get a continuation coming into this week. Next stock is Carnival, ticker symbol CCL. This is a daily chart. Again, we had a reversal signal go off, not too recently. It's obviously quite a few days back, but we haven't seen that pop quite yet. As we could see, it's been gradually going up, but I'm really hoping this week we could see that massive pop. I know it wasn't too long ago where the stock reached a high of 25 plus. So let's see if we can make that rally. I know earnings isn't going to be till another couple of weeks, but usually leading up to earnings, a stock can make its move up, and I'm hoping this could get as close as possible to that high that we made way back in I believe it was June. Next, actually let me switch over to the weekly chart real fast. We can take a look at that. So this is a weekly chart. Again, a reversal signal right here went off a couple of weeks ago, and this past week's weekly candlestick was above the 20 EMA. So let's see if we can get continuation into this week. Alright, next stock is ticker symbol LYB. And this is the weekly chart. I liked how this past week ended with a very bullish candlestick. I'm looking for continuation into this week. Next is to switch over to the daily chart, see how that looks. So the daily chart doesn't look as good. It looks a bit more extended. Typically this candlestick right here, I would have been more comfortable if it wasn't like indecisive. As you can see, like it's not quite a doji stick. It's, you know, it had a closing price and its opening price is like directly down in the middle, and it's above the 200-day SMA. So I could definitely see like a pullback just based on the way it looks right now before rallying up. There is a reversal signal here, so that's definitely reassuring, but I definitely wish that the daily chart looked as good as a weekly chart. But either way, one stock I'm definitely going to keep on watch. Next stock is Duke Energy, ticker symbol DUK. This is a daily chart, doesn't look too bad. Had a reversal signal go off recently, bit of a pullback, so let's see if we can make a move up. Switch over to the weekly chart. So the weekly chart may look a little deceiving. It definitely looks bearish, but I liked how we ended this past week with the green candlestick, and I could see that if we could break the closing price of this past week, which was $80.97, we could possibly make a move back up to the 20 EMA again, and that's enough range to make a good profit. So definitely one to keep an eye out for that. Next stock is ES. So this is sort of a similar setup where, again, we had this massive pullback, and obviously, well, I wouldn't even call this a pullback. I mean, at this point, it's sort of a bearish trend, and obviously doesn't help either with this reversal signal going off a couple of weeks ago. But I do feel like we're gonna get somewhat of a relief bounce if we can break this again closing price, which was 86.08, and let's see if we can make a move past 87 plus. So definitely one to keep on watch for. Switch over to the daily chart. Daily chart doesn't look too bad. There's a reversal signal, and I like this doji stick that we had on Friday. We may come down a little bit on Tuesday because, again, the market's closed on Monday, and we could see a move eventually towards the end of the week. So definitely one to keep on watch. And that does it for 5 stocks. I do have 2 additional stocks as bonus stocks. If you've stuck around through this video, I really appreciate that. And those 2 bonus stocks, let's start with the first. And the first one is Lam Research, ticker symbol LRCX. So this doesn't look like the greatest setup, but you know, it has gone down quite a bit ever since this reversal signal went off. And I could see this stock, you know, having a relief bounce into this upcoming week. Could it reach the 20 EMA? Maybe, but I'm hoping it could at least reach 340 plus from its closing price. It's obviously it was obviously at 333.12, so that'd be a nice move if it can get to 340 and beyond. Let's switch over to the weekly chart. Same thing, you know, we had this bearish trend, reversal signal went off, so I think all in all, the stock will definitely continue to make a move down. However, I do believe this upcoming week there will be a bit of a relief bounce, which is why I'm putting this on the watch list. Next stock for the bonus material is ticker symbol ORGS. This is a penny stock. And as you can see over the past couple of weeks, this thing has been just red all around, except for this one day right here where it ended green. But I do believe we're due for another relief bounce, and I believe we could have potential to get towards this 20 EMA. Obviously, that'd be like a 50-cent move, which wouldn't be much, but again, given the size of the stock, that is considered quite a bit. So let's switch over to the daily chart. And this is how the daily chart looks. I liked how this candlestick right here was sort of a doji stick. If we can get above the 200-day SMA into this upcoming week, hopefully we can see a move to this 20 EMA area and beyond. So anyways, that does it for all the stocks. I really appreciate you guys sticking around and watching this video. Please consider subscribing to this channel. If you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. Other than that, I'll definitely go ahead and see you guys for the next video. Take care. Bye.